and welcome to Great Gov News. Well, Congress is back. They've returned from their Easter recess, their traditional 2-week Easter recess, and by midweek, the president had submitted his budget. Now, it was 65 days late, but he did submit the budget as required by law, and the House of Representatives and the Senate quickly went to work analyzing it. By the end of the week, the House Budget Committee, headed by Congressman Paul Ryan, had come to the conclusion that the president's budget adds more to the deficit in the 10-year span than if Congress were to do nothing. If the country were to stay in status quo as it pertained to what Congress did with budgets, the president's budget would add more to the deficit. And then on the Senate side, the Senate began debate on Harry Reid's gun bill S-649. By middle of the week, two senators, Senators Manchin, the Democrat from West Virginia, and Senator Toomey, the Republican from Pennsylvania, had come up with what they believe is a compromise on background checks. It involves background checks as guns are sold at gun shows and on the internet. It also allows for doctors to put mentally ill patients on the National Instant Check System as mentally ill. And it also creates a National Commission on Mass Violence. You know, I need to tell folks this. Typically, when Congress creates a study, when they create a commission, they basically already know the results. They're pretty sure of what the results will be from that report or that commission. This report is due in 6 months. And what they typically do is once the report is out and available, they hold it up as the end-all and be-all, as the gospel. So we'll have to see what this Commission on Mass Violence comes up with in 6 months. This is all assuming that the Toomey-Manchin amendment actually passes, and this assumes that this gun bill becomes law. After the Manchin and Toomey amendment gets voted on, we'll have to watch that very carefully, because what will be key is how many votes does the Manchin-Toomey amendment get? Does it get more than 60, which will be needed ultimately to pass the bill? After the Manchin-Toomey background check amendment is voted on, you'll see other amendments dealing with limiting ammo magazines. How about banning rapid fire assault weapons? But will the bill actually pass? And if it does اس the Senate, S-649, and goes over to the House of Representatives, what will happen to it there? Congressman Steve Stockman, he's a Republican from Texas, has vowed to raise the blue slip issue on it. He believes that there are fees in the bill. He believes that there are revenue provisions in the bill, and that violates the origination clause. He believes that adding people to background checks, adding more names, more groups of people to have to pay the fee for a background check is an additional fee, and therefore it violates the Constitution, the origination clause, which is the first clause of the 7th section of the first article of our Constitution, which says that all revenue bills, have to originate in the House of Representatives. So he vows to bring up the blue slip issue if this Senate gun bill does pass, with a fee or revenue-raising provision in it. And that blue slip issue gets 1 hour of debate on the House of Representatives floor. No amendments are in order, and if it passes, it returns the bill to the Senate. Now, if it doesn't have a revenue-raising provision, Congressman Kevin McCarthy, the Republican majority whip, he has said that he is going to make sure that the gun control bill has all the regular order of the House of Representatives, and that means it gets referred to committee. Committee members will have an opportunity to call witnesses, expert witnesses, to hear hearings, to have hearings, to hear witnesses, maybe even to offer amendments. And then he wants full debate on the House floor with amendments. So this bill has a long road to hoe, but the first key vote will be on the Manchin-Toomey background check amendment, which could occur as early as this coming week, in the middle of the week. We'll watch it closely on GradeGov. In the meantime, enjoy listening to GradeGov Radio. It airs Monday and Friday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Blog Talk Radio. You can find all the shows archived on gradegov.com under the radio tab. In the meantime, have a wonderful, blessed week, and I'll talk to you real soon, so stay tuned.